Hmm. Hello, everyone. Hello. Guys, I'll be right with you. Just give me a second. Hello. Hello, Alex. Hello, Carry Me Through. Hello, Love Doll. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, Tay to the Bay. Oh no. Hold on. What? My day's going good. Here is the animal we are talking about today. If you know what it is, let me know. Anybody know what that is? Whose scientific name that might be? Anybody want to? Ooh! Nah, that's cheating. But you got it. It is the Komodo Dragon, and you know that. One, because the genus, which is that part of the name, is the genus, plus, come on, it's in the title of the live, so. That's okay. These are the largest these are the largest and heaviest lizards alive today. And I stress the alive part because there were at one time lizards that make this guy look small. But we're going to talk about them at a later date, and today we're going to focus on just the Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are definitely dangerous. Not an animal that you want to mess with. These guys get to be 10 feet in length and can weigh 154 pounds. Now, they're only found on a few Indonesian islands, including the Komodo Islands, or Komodo Island. They prefer to live in savanna forest, but can be found, yes, they do. They can be found over the entire islands. But they can be found within the savanna forest and all over the islands, even on the beaches. Adults can eat up to 80% of their weight in one meal. And if threatened, they can even project that stuff to lessen their weight. They feed on small rodents, monkeys, goats, wild boar, and deer. And on occasion, even themselves. They reach speeds of 10 to 13 miles per hour. And if I sound a little funny, it's because I bit my tongue and it hurts. It's possible that they kill their prey via bacteria, but also with venom. Yes, these guys are venomous. I'm hoping I don't sound too bad. And yes, their venom keeps blood from clotting. So if you get bit, you're in trouble. Yes, they will eat humans. There is a tradition that when women are dealing with their friend, if you catch my drift, are not allowed outside of the homes. Because Komodo dragons can smell that. And it's not safe. Now, it should be noted that their venom and their bite does nothing to these animals. However, they do feed on each other. And if that prey item is big enough, they will even share it. Amazingly, they can see prey from as far away as 985 feet or 300 meters. They cannot hear low-pitched screams or high-pitched screams. They can live for up to 30 years in captivity, and they rely on their sense of smell in order to find prey. And if you happen to be a dead thing, they can smell you or smell it from 2.5 miles away. And they will leave 12% of their meal just laying around. I did not mention Komodo dragons can lay 20 to 30 eggs, which will incubate for about 9 months. Maybe. Now this says they can lay up to 38. So now, once these eggs hatch, the babies take to the trees. That's because mom and dad don't care if those babies are theirs or not. They're going to eat them. Monitors, I'm assuming. And take to the bay. I'm assuming they're monitors also. You don't. Their status as a species is endangered. The good news is their population is perfectly stable, and the number of mature individuals is around 1,383 individuals. How am I supposed to know what your Cash App is? I just said you can't donate. Why is it endangered? These animals suffer from some loss of genetics. Invasive species may also catch some Komodos. Loss of prey. Well, you can't donate, just like I said. Quit asking, or you're going to be gone for 5 minutes. Loss of prey is another hazard for these animals. Ecotourism. I don't know. Ecotourism could potentially lead to issues. And there is even a illicit trade for zoos and even the pet trade. Sea level rise and climate change could potentially harm these animals, because if it gets too warm, that is an issue. And if the sea level rise is too high, that could be a really serious issue. What is being done to save them? These animals can and are protected on their island of Komodo and other areas as well. They are protected by CITES, and there are several zoos where the animals are bred, not only to keep the numbers up in zoos, but perhaps also for release. Now, there are 2 zoos in Sweden, 5 zoos in the UK, 59 zoos in the United States. Let's see if I can do. Is it South Africa? I believe what you said. South Africa has 1 zoo with Komodo dragons. It is the National Zoological Gardens of South Africa in Pretoria. I hope I pronounced that right. Anyway, the zoos in the United States that house them include the National Zoo, the Tulsa Zoo, the Woodland Park Zoo, the San Diego Zoo, the Bronx Zoo, Memphis Zoo, Honolulu Zoo, and the Denver Zoo. Take to the Bay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mention your city. Well, you mentioned it already, right? I apologize if I offended Take to the Bay. It's okay. I didn't see anything wrong with it, so but that's all I have. So now we can chat if you want to. That's okay. Wow. That's okay. Tuesday, we will be doing the Toledo Zoo. And we'll also do another zoo to do, perhaps. We will do the Cerrado Savannah and Shortgrass Prairie on Friday. And then Saturday, we are going to be doing compound leaves and fruits. So different kinds of fruits. And then compound leaves. So that is what's coming up. I have. And they have already brought back dire wolves, which is really sad. And I just read they're going to do somebody else, and I can't remember what it is. In fact, they just announced it. Oh my gosh, what is it? Hello. I know the dodos. Oh, the moa or the elephant bird. That's what it was. Now, there are some animals I would be okay with them bringing back, like the moa or the elephant. Yeah, the moa, I think it is. Humans had their hands in that extinction. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with bringing back the thylacine because people erased it from history, not nature. The others, yeah, I'm not sure on. Maybe the dodo because humans again wiped them out. Yes, which should have stayed dead. And they're not not dire wolves. Not in the sense that we, could maybe possibly clone a person. No. Sorry, guys. I am like really tired. Yeah. Super, super complicated. But basically, yeah. And then they called them dire wolves. Thank you, everybody, for the poll votes. But make sure you also give some likes up above. That helps me out. I'm showing 2 people. Well, now it's up to 3. Is she even still on? Of course. You can always ask questions. Hi, Cosmic. Questions are always allowed. You may not like the answer, but you can always ask. They can be. That I don't know. Cosmic? Do I look black? Don't block him. Don't get rid of him. Cosmic? Do I look black? How do I look black? Don't get rid of him. Let's see. Hold on. Cosmic, you've had 2 timeouts. Probably because of the same thing. So let me ask you a question. If you get timed out today, you're going to be hidden from the channel. Is that what you want? Then here's my suggestion. This is my suggestion. First off, I'm not black. So quit asking. Because the next time it comes up, you're gone. Do you understand me? The next time the word black comes out on my screen from you, you're done. Period. Carrie, get rid of them. Hide them. I gave him a chance. That's twice today. You came back to somebody who's being stupid. Who, me or him? Take to the bay, him or me? He's a goober who has come into my live at least three different times asking if I'm black. Now, I have no idea where he would get that from. I don't have any idea where he gets that from because I'm not. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not racist. I have friends, all different colors. I love the fact that my list of the beautiful thing about YouTube is that I don't know what any of y'all look like. You could be purple for all I know. I have people from all over the country. Just to give you an idea of how spread out we are on this channel, I'm going to tell you, he could have been a teen for all I care. Oh yeah. Most definitely. United States makes up the bulk of my viewers. United Kingdom, Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, Australia, India, Brazil, Germany, Sweden, the Netherlands, Thailand, South Africa, Italy, Poland, Mexico, Hungary, Colombia, Finland, France, North Macedonia even. So the possibilities are all over the place. I have even had Russia a couple times. I don't see it today. That's within the last 28 days. Would you like to hear the list for the year? I'm with Carry Me Through. I don't care what you look like. So, United States, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Vietnam, Philippines, Brazil, India, Canada, South Korea, Thailand, Australia, Mexico, Germany, Malaysia, South Africa, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Italy, Ireland, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Poland, Uzbekistan, Chile, New Zealand, Spain, Hungary, Norway, Sri Lanka, Kazakhstan, Argentina, Colombia, the Maldives, Romania, sorry, I lost there it is. Russia, France, Finland, Myanmar, Burma, Iraq, Austria, Saudi Arabia, Denmark, Senegal, Lebanon, Albania, Ethiopia, Latvia, Kenya, Kazakhstan. That's the list for the year. And the only thing I ask is when you come into my live, respect, respect, respect. If you give me respect, then respect is going to be given to you. If you decide to act up, then that's not on me. That's on whoever acts up. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. So, there you go. It is a shame. And it's sad that some people just are it's sad that some people just don't have respect. I'm the only one that talks to you guys? Or do they just basically talk about themselves and ignore the comments? Wow. No. My personal preference is during my spiel, personally, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you are sitting behind your phone or your Chromebook or your computer or maybe even your TV, and there is no Like, you might get timed out. It might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you really annoy us, it might be a 24-hour timeout. But here's the thing. On my channel, you only get 3 times out. I'm not going to waste my time constantly timing somebody out. Once you reach that 3rd time out, you're done. And you may not even get a 3rd time out. If you've had 2 and you still can't figure out why you're getting timed out, sorry. We had one of those earlier today. It's like, can't you figure it out? And then they did a real no-no, and they went after my moderator. I'm not dealing with it. And some of it is hate. I'd really like to make it just 1. But I can't. I got to give people that chance. So, but anyway, I'm going to ask some questions because yes, he is. Do you think it would be better to keep Komodo dragons? Really? And it was the same guy? Well, he's banned from my channel. He's hidden from it. Which means he can still get a lot of them are. Do you think it's better? Do you think it's better for us to have the Komodo dragons protected in a national park or in zoos? Which approach is more effective for conservation? Zoos or the national park? He should be reported. We probably could have got him today on racism. But Carry Me Through says national park, national park. I'm trying to the bay. Oh, Carry Me Through. Guess what is already done? I don't have to worry about it tonight. So this is my take on it. Hi, Zero Space 09. bulletins. I'm not teaching this week. So my take on it is the national park is cool. It keeps the animals in their natural habitat. But the problem is, no, not necessarily like a game park. Are your game parks open or are they fenced in? I'm asking because I don't know. I'm not trying to be dumb. Okay. So in the United States, zoos have fences around them. But based on what I have seen, our national parks have no fences. Now, they might use fences as barriers to keep you out of certain areas. But the national parks in Komodo Island, there's no safety net. You have to be aware of your surroundings. On the flip side of that, it also means that if there aren't rangers watching, they could be poached. Maybe not on Komodo, but remember, they're on other islands as well. And as I said already, they have been taken for the pet trade. So, in their natural habitat, not 100% safe. At least in a zoo, we hope they can be bred and maybe released into the wild. But it also, and I can see the argument that perhaps zoos are prisons. I get that. But yeah. Should we do another question? True. I agree, Love Doll. I agree. If a zoo is not about educating people, and the animals are just on display, I don't know. That is true. And a lot of zoos, even back in the day, were the animals were meant to be seen. And okay, have a good night. They really didn't. There was really no thought put into their exhibits. That is why you would see things like primates throwing doo-doo at people. Animals acted out. Animals still sometimes act out. Some animals do better in zoos than others. Komodo dragons seem to do pretty good in zoos. We breed them in zoos, and that helps eliminate the need for, at least in the United States, for us to remove animals from the wild. The problem becomes space. If a zoo doesn't have the space to house an animal, they shouldn't be housing it. And that's one of the reasons why so many zoos have eliminated elephants at their zoos, because they've realized these animals don't fit. I don't know. So at this point, it doesn't look like um One of the biggest issues facing some animals is loss of habitat. If you don't have enough habitat to support an animal, why then release that animal back into the wild? And that's part of the problem. The problem is they don't have enough habitat. With sea levels rising and more humans encroaching upon areas that these animals live in, you don't want to exceed the limits within that ecosystem. Because if you get too many animals into a certain ecosystem, they're either going to spread out from that area, or sure, you can post it, or you're going to have animals overeating certain prey animals and starving. And on Komodo, since people and humans have to interact, you could see animals then preying on people, which would not be cool. So at this point in the United States, unless things have changed, they are not breeding for release. They are breeding to maintain genetic diversity. And that's still a good thing. A dragon that breathes fire on both ends? I don't know. Okay, guys. Usually I stay on as long as people are chatting, but I can't tonight. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great one day to the bay. Carry me through. Another memento if you're here. Have a good evening. Love y'all. Be good.